LSU has an interesting schedule. They open the season with, I mean, it's kind of an away game, but it's a neutral site game against Southern California in Las Vegas. That's a weird start. It's also on a Sunday. September 1st is a Sunday. Then they play Nicholls State. Then they go to South Carolina. They host UCLA. That'll be a cool game. Then they host South Alabama, have a bye week, and then host Ole Miss. Then they go to Arkansas, to Texas A&M, have a bye week, and then they host Alabama. Then they go to Florida and then finish out the season hosting Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. Now, I do think it's significant for LSU fans that arguably the two toughest games on their schedule, Ole Miss and Alabama, they get them both at home, and they get them both after a bye week. So that is very favorable for LSU. So, Rustin, what do you think happens with LSU here?
Can't spell choke without Brian Kelly. So I've got it's in there. You just got to play with it.
I got you. Middle name included.
Right. You just got to mess around with it. It's there.
Yeah, I got you.
So I've got them at 10-2, losing to Bama and Ole Miss, only because I just don't think they can score with Alabama and Ole Miss. I'm not a believer in Garrett Nussmeier. They're going to have to prove to me that he is what they say he is. I could even see them 9-3. Typically early in the season, your defense is a little behind your offense. I could see Southern Cal rolling into Vegas and outscoring them. I didn't say beat them. I said outscore them. That's a different thing. I think the only thing that could potentially win that game is LSU does have Blake Baker at defensive coordinator. And if there's any coordinator who could overcome early season miscues defensively, it's Blake Baker. LSU may have the best defensive coordinator in the entire country. So if there's anybody who can win that game on defense in week one, it's Blake Baker. So only because of him, I'm giving them that win. But I also could easily see Southern Cal outscoring them because, again, I'm not a believer in Garrett Nussmeier yet. And if so, I could see 9-3, but I'm going to pick 10-2, just giving the benefit of the doubt.
So I almost picked USC to beat him at the beginning. That's a tough one, man. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be so close. But I still think they go 9-3 with losses to Ole Miss, Alabama, and Oklahoma.
So you're a big believer in Oklahoma. You and I are not on the same page on that one.
I got a little upset special. It's late. See, that's my thing about Oklahoma. It's a whole new crew, basically. Like on offense, especially on offense, new offense coordinator, new quarterback, literally 5 new starters on the offensive line. But they do have a lot of talent. And so by the end of the season, I think they start gelling really well and playing their best football at the end of the season. And I think we got a little, sometimes you just get a feeling about things, and I think they're going to go into Death Valley and pull off an upset to finish off the season. So I got LSU 9-3, losses to Ole Miss, Alabama, and Oklahoma. So Evan said he thinks LSU's going 10-2. He said lots of production to reproduce from last year's offense. He said, I also feel like Oklahoma's being slept on. Sam said Oklahoma is going to give LSU a very hard time. They sure are. Carl said he thinks they're going 7-5. That's what I'm talking about, Carl. Caleb Longcare said LSU goes 9-3, losses to interesting. Losses to Ole Miss, Alabama, and UCLA. That's an interesting pick there. There you go. I'd love to see it. UCLA will have a brand new coach. I'd love to see that happen, but that'd be a big upset there.
That one would be a Brian Kelly special, and he does have those in him from time to time.
Tony said, I got Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss going to the playoffs with Bama, Missouri, Tennessee, LSU, Oklahoma fighting for the last spot. I don't think they let more than 4 SEC schools in. I got us going 9-3. If we win at Oklahoma, we may win 10. I think that's a pretty good prediction. I think that's a very good prediction. Sam said LSU 9-3 or worse. So there's our predictions for LSU. Oh, hang on. I'm going to write down Rustin's too, because I'm going to go back and look and see who's got an SEC championship game at the end. Carl said he thinks that they lose to A&M and Florida in the Swamp. They have to go to both places. Very well could happen. But LSU will be pretty good, though. They'll be pretty good. But Carl is the Nostradamus of picking college football games, so it's hard to argue with Carl. He has a track record of success here.